Mr. Speaker, on this side of the House, we know what is really out of touch. What is out of touch is to advise Canadians who are legitimately concerned about inflation, to say to them, I have a magic solution to your problems, and to advise those worried Canadians to invest in crypto. But that is what the Leader of the Opposition did. And Mr. Speaker, if a Canadian had listened to him, had listened to that advice, a $10,000 investment would be worth just $3,500 today, Mr. Speaker. They should apologize.
Absolutely.
You know what Canadians need, Mr. Speaker? What Canadians need today is a government that is prepared to support them, a government that is prepared to be compassionate and also fiscally responsible. A government that doesn't reach for easy populist advice like investing in crypto. Mr. Speaker, you know who is broke in Canada today? Anyone who actually listened to the Conservative leader in the spring and followed his advice and invested in crypto. Canadians who did that would have lost at least 65% of their life savings. Many of them would be completely wiped out. It's time for the Conservative leader to take responsibility, to renounce this reckless advice, and to apologize to the Canadians. Mr. Speaker, Canadians know better than to listen to the economic advice of this Conservative leader. So let me tell you about Robert Breedlove. He's a Bitcoin trader who posted, quote, "Central banking is an institution of slavery. Burn it down." The Conservative leader, after that was posted, the Conservative leader appeared on Mr. Breedlove's YouTube channel and said he found it extremely informative. So, Mr. Speaker, I think the Conservative leader needs to publicly disavow those inflammatory comments and apologize to Canadians for his own records.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd like to start by reading a quote, Madam Speaker. Quote, "Government is ruining the Canadian dollar, so Canadians should have the freedom to use other money, such as Bitcoin." This was the Leader of the Opposition about 6 or 7 months ago. What we know, Madam Speaker, is that since he made those comments, Bitcoin is now down by 65%. And the reality is that when you look at scandals like the FTX scandal, it is very obvious that the decentralization of currency is not a stable form and will never compare to something like the Canadian dollar. I'm wondering, since he's made that comment, if the Leader of the Opposition has had the opportunity to reflect on his position, and has he since then adjusted his position on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency?
The honourable Leader of the official opposition.
Well, people should have the freedom to invest in whatever they want. That was the quote that he, as long as they follow the law and they pay their taxes just like everyone else. What is illegal in fiat currency should be illegal using digital or cryptographic or blockchain assets as well. It's illegal to evade taxes using fiat currency. It should be illegal to evade taxes using any other type of asset. The rules should be simple, consistent, and clear. But one thing is also clear. Only the Canadian dollar will be legal tender in this country, regardless. I believe there's only one legal tender, and it is the Canadian dollar. And this government has been ruining the purchasing power of that dollar by printing $500 billion of it. They went from 1.8 trillion to 2.3 trillion in M2 money supply. That gave us the worst inflation in 40 years. It was entirely predictable. I predicted it. I warned them. I wish they had listened.